Hello subscribers, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm back with a new video. Today I will let you know how we can use Power Pivot in Excel. So before starting this video, if you are new on my channel, please do subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notification of my new video. I am Vishal Agrawal, Microsoft certified Excel expert, and today we are going to learn in deep how we can use Power Pivot in Excel. So let's get started. So our first scenario is how we can use Power Pivot to create the relationship between the dataset. So if you will notice, we have here the sales data. This is my sales data where we have order ID, date, product ID, customer ID, salesperson ID, then branch ID, then we have quantity and then sales amount we have. And in the right side, if you will notice, we have the product ID with the product name, category and brand. Then we have customer ID, that is customer name, segment and city. Then we have salesperson ID, that is salesperson name, department and sales target. And also we have here branch data, that is branch ID, then branch name, then region and then manager name. So we have here 5 type of data set and we need to create here relationship between the data set. Even I can get the customer name here just by using the VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP or index match, or even I can get the product name or product category by using VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP and index match. But instead of doing that, because this data set I have recorded in separate ranges, that's why we are not going to create or we are not going to use here lookup functions. We are going to create the relationship between the data set. So our first scenario that we are going to learn how we can build the relationship between the data set. Here you can see we have 5 type of data set, and one is sales data, then we have product data, customer data, salesperson data, and then we have branch IDs, that is branch data. And just we need to create the relationship between the data set, and this we are going to learn today. So if you want to create the relationship, first you need this Power Pivot tab. So how we can add this Power Pivot tab? For this you can go to File, click on Options, and in Options you will find this option that is Add-ins feature, and here you will find Command Add-ins and click on Go and choose here Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel. You can check this box and then click on OK, and you will get this Power Pivot tab in your ribbon. So then we will simply load our data set. These all data set we need to load in Power Pivot for Excel screen. So how we can load? Simply we can select this data set first. Let's say I want to load this sales data first. I will just click on Add to Data Model. If I will click on this, it will first convert your simple range into table format first. So you can notice it is just converting your range right now in table format, just like Control T scenario. Let's click on OK, and now your data is converted to table format and your data is loaded to Power Pivot for Excel screen. You can even give the name to this table just by double click. So this is my sales table that we have in Power Pivot for Excel screen. Close this. Same like this, we need to load all these other data set also. We will load now the product data set. We will select this range, go to Power Pivot screen and click on Add to Data Model. Check this box because my table has header. We can click on OK, and now you can notice second data is also loaded, and I will rename this as my product table. So let's close the screen again. Again, I will just simply select my data set, go to Power Pivot tab and click on Add to Data Model. Check this box, click on OK, and third data is also loaded, and this is my customer data. So this is how you have to load first all of your data set one by one in Power Pivot for Excel screen. Now I'm loading this salesperson data. I'm selecting this data set, go to Power Pivot for Excel tab and click on Add to Data Model. Check this box and click on OK, and I will rename this as this is my salesperson data. I will close this, and last one that I will load is branch data. Select this, go to Power Pivot, click on Add to Data Model, check this box and click on OK, and now you have your 5 tables in the Power Pivot screen. You can notice now we have 5 tables here that are loaded in Power Pivot for Excel screen. This Power Pivot for Excel mainly used when you want to create the relationship between the data set, and when you want to create the KPIs, when you want to create the advanced calculations, then only we will use Power Pivot for Excel. So for now, I want to create the relationship between the data set. So what we can do, we can click on diagram view here directly, and you can notice we have all these 5 tables that we need to create the relationship. We can even move these tables or these boxes just like this, and now we can create the relationship one by one. So let's say I want to create relationship between sales and the product. So what is the common column between these two? Product ID and the product ID. So we can drag and create one relationship like this. Same like this in customer also, we can drag the customer ID. For salesperson also, we can drag the salesperson ID, and for branch also we will drag this branch ID. So what we have done, we have just connected the sales table with all these dimension table. So these all are called as dimension table. Why? Because we have the unique entries here, we don't have any duplicate scenarios, and this is called as fact table, and this is the part of star schema, and that is the most important topic of Power Pivot and data modeling. So if you will notice right now, we have the connection between all these data sets. Now what I can do, what is the benefit of creating the connection? We can simply apply the pivot table now, and we can select a new sheet, click on OK. Now you can notice we have the new pivot table here. I will just close the screen for now, and from all these tables now I can analyze my data set. How we can do that? We can go to sales, we have the sales amount. Let's drag the sales amount in the value section. We have the sales amount now. Now what I want to see, I want to see, let's say, customer wise, so I can simply drag the customer wise. We have the customers. I want to see the branch wise, I can drag the branch also. If I want to see the product wise, I can drag the product also in the column section. So now you can notice this is the entire summary we have. Why? Because we have the connection, because we have the relationship between the data set. And for the blank cells, you can even fill these blank cells with 0 by doing right click. Now click on pivot table options. For empty cell show, you can use 0 and click on OK. Now all the blank cells are filled. One more thing you can do right now, this is the subheading or customer name we have. I want the customer name in the second column or in this third column. So let's go to design, and in report layout, change this to tabular form, and we can repeat this Bengaluru here. How we can repeat it? We can go to report layout and click on repeat all item labels. And you can notice this is the quick summary that we have created by using this data set. So this is the first benefit that we have by using Power Pivot for Excel. Hopefully till now you have learned something new in Excel, and if you want to learn Excel from basic to advanced level, you can simply join my paid courses which are available on my website www.shortandclearexcel.in. Go and enroll right now, and let's continue with this video. And now let's talk about how we can create the new measure in Power Pivot screen. So again, what I will do, I will go to sheet 1, and this time I will go to Power Pivot tab, and I will click on manage. Now let's say I want to create a new pivot table. So I will click on new pivot table and new worksheet, click on OK. We have the new pivot table here, and now I want to create one measure. So let's say I want to create measure of total sales. Right now we have the sales amount, but I want to create a measure of total sales just to show you how we can create a new measure in Power Pivot. Let's click on new measure option in Power Pivot tab, click on new measure, and this time I want to create a new measure in sales table, and the measure name will be total sales, and formula that we will use is, this is called as DAX formula. This is called as DAX formula, and it is very useful scenario because in Power BI also we have the DAX formulas, and in Excel also in Power Pivot we have the DAX formulas. So for now I want to use here sales amount from my sales table. So I will select here sales amount. I will simply close the bracket, check the formula, we don't have any error. Let's change this to currency and click on OK. We have the total sales amount. Now if you will notice, we have the salesperson target also here. Let's drag this salesperson name for now in the row section, and you can notice this is the total actual sales that is done by all these salesperson, and we have the sales target also. So now what I will do, I will create a new measure for the sales target, total sales target. So let's create a new measure for now. I will simply go to new measure option, and here I will create the sales target measure in my salesperson table, and here I will type total target. So now what I will do, I will simply use here sum, and I will type here target. From the salesperson table we need to select, close the bracket, check the formula, change this to currency and click on OK. And now you have the total target also. Now one more thing I just want to show you, that will be the next topic, that is called as KPIs, how we can create. So this is the part of KPI option, and we will create a new KPI here. Let's create it. And now let's say I want to use base field as my total sales and my measure will be total target, and now I can set the threshold here. And just to give you more clarity on this, first let's calculate here percentage achievement. How we can calculate that? We can create a new measure, and this time I will create the new measure in salesperson table, sales table, and I will type here, this is my percentage achievement that I want to calculate, and I will use here divide function. Numerator will be what? Numerator will be total sales and denominator will be total target. Simply we will close the bracket and we will check the formula. We don't have any error. Let's change this to number and change this to percentage, and now I will just simply click on OK, and we have the percentage achievement. This is total percentage achievement, but I want to show here salesperson wise percentage achievement. So what I can do, I can drag the salesperson also now in this row section, and we have salesperson wise achievement. Now I can create the KPIs. This is very most important topic, and this is the third most important topic that we have in this video. Let's create a new KPI here, and now base will be total sales and measure will be total target, and now we need to set the threshold. So I will use, you can use any icon. I'm using the first icon for now, and I can set the threshold. So let's say if my achievement is 98% and above, I want the green light. If my achievement is between, let's say, 93 to 98, then I want yellow, else I want red color, red light color. Let's click on OK. And right now you can notice we are getting 1 and 0, but I want to show here the indicators, KPIs, key performance indicators. So we can go to this total sales, we can uncheck this status, and again we will check this status, and we will get the KPIs now. And this is the game changer scenario we have. So I've discussed here till now 3 amazing tricks that will make you advance in Excel. So this is the entire scenario that we have discussed in the video. What we have discussed, just for the recap, we have discussed how we can create the relationship between dataset. This is the first scenario that we have discussed. Second scenario that we have discussed is how we can create measures, and third scenario that we have discussed is how we can create KPIs. So these 3 scenarios we have discussed, and these 3 are most important part of Power Pivot in Excel. So if you want to do practice, you can even download this practice sheet from description. I will provide the link. If you have any doubt, you can simply comment in the comment section. And one more thing I just want to ask, which trick or which scenario you like the most, please type in the comment section and let me know which scenario you like the most and which scenario you will try to use in your work scenarios. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to share this video. And if you want to learn more tricks and tips like this, simply do subscribe my channel and press that bell icon so that you will get notification of my new video. And stay tuned with me to learn Excel, Power BI and AI tools, tricks and tips. Thank you so much.